seems like, gentlemen, we are getting ready to get into the draft. This is going to be game 3 between Todak and Evos Esportes SG. We have the trophy on stage. This is the moment. It's now or never. 1-1. Are we gonna see a first pick Harith, or are we gonna see the Harith banned?
I don't know, because now they kind of switched the different positions. You don't get that first pick for the side of Evos here, and Todak, they're going to be able to reply. And I don't know if they're going to let that through, but I'm still expecting the same forms of bans.
Right. So Esmeralda ban and all that stuff, right?
I mean, Chang'e for sure.
Yeah, Chang'e. Let's see. We might have our prediction right. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Well, we just have to wait and see what they're gonna axe out in this first phase of the picks and bans here. So Kaya, Rock, stuff like that, possibly getting in the but yep.
Your team is
banning. Bambi's Harith. You don't want to give it to him.
Annoying. Really, really annoying to deal with.
Now, Evos Esports could set up for a potential Kufra into Esmeralda here. They get rid of the Valier.
Your team
Normal.
is banning.
Todak, do they get rid of it? Do you get rid of that Chang'e?
Well, I feel like
it could be the strategy, man.
It's going to be something else. I feel Chiku won't let it slide for a little bit. And even if you pick Chang'e, it's not going to be a first pick Chang'e anyways. So perhaps they should just move it in towards the second phase instead. Pick it out.
I don't know. It's a tough one. And there's the Grok.
Your
they don't ban out
is
the Chang'e
banning.
this time. And Evos Esports on red side have to consider quite a number of things here. Do they ban out a tank? Do they ban out Cho? Do they want to give Kaja over? I kind of feel
Esmeralda.
I kind of feel like they want to hold Esmeralda for themselves. So in this situation, I would maybe think about getting rid of one of the utilities. Get rid of Cho, get rid of Kaja.
Well, I would say that utility definitely is the name of the game as well. So my favorite ban will possibly be the Kaja, because look at how many times a lot of these players, they were already in that position, and one of them gets caught up with a little bit of that misstep, and you want to prevent that. So that's going to give them a little bit more security if they go in for that sort of a ban. But we'll take out the
Your
export
team
instead.
is
I mean,
picking.
Export has been in the bans and I mean most contested since the beginning of the playoffs. And they have to go with the Kaja. I mean, they
Your
saw it in the
team
hands
is
of
picking.
JPL, right? And they won it this time in their own hands.
So now do they bring out the Kufra Esmeralda is the big question.
I would love to see the Esmeralda, man. I feel like Esmeralda, I love Esmeralda.
Oh yeah,
I love her.
I know she's like charming you with all sorts of dances.
She is, man.
But then again, like Evos Esports, there are a couple of games when they pick Esmeralda, like the first game itself, they got that face crack on the way. So remember, Badang is still left out in the open.
Yeah, and he is a scary pick considering in the hands, especially of X-Ray, who's been performing really well overall for the team.
Kufra is there, Kimi is there.
Kimi.
Well, Cho and Kimi is going to be the
Your
pick.
team is
Esmeralda's
picking.
open.
I
Todak
love
could
it.
pick it.
Now, I'm looking at Kimi here. Of course, effective early game, same goes to the Cho. So Todak needs to actually play a little bit safely until they get a couple of all these sort of trades. But then again, we totally forgot about that crush here, which slides back in towards the hands of Todak.
I mean, you can only get so many things. Don't get happy. I see you smiling.
Yeah, I see the Johnson, man. It's
no
never going to
buys.
happen.
It's never gonna
The
happen.
only time I saw Johnson was season 1, man. That's all. Season 1.
Yeah, that's way past, which is why we left him in the highway. But then, Lunak's
You
here.
gotta stop with that, man.
Lunak.
Changi Airport, the highway.
He's
Your
on
team
fire
is picking.
today.
I'm on the roll.
He's on a roll.
Okay, do you think now is time for Esmeralda, please?
I don't know. Right now, you don't have much to set up with. I probably think that they should be looking for a tank here, just so it doesn't get banned out in the second phase itself.
What about, well, Akai wouldn't be right. I don't think so.
Akai is not too bad of an option to begin with, but I don't really favor the Akai because late game, you know, even if you pin
Chang'e.
people out, it's going to be tough. Yep, Chang'e or never.
You guys really
Chang'e.
want to see that, huh?
Because there's nothing that can protect them, because they have a secondary tank, they have the Kufra, they can't pick Lolita now.
Okay, I'll tell you something. If they pick the Chang'e, this is definitely Todak's strategy. 100%. They wouldn't
Your
let this go.
team
They
is
can't just ban
banning.
Chang'e every single game and then just let it go in the third game.
I think they just realized that Harith is just more potent than Chang'e at this point in time, looking at Bambi's performance, that it's like, you know what, I would rather you have Chang'e because it's not as devastating compared to your Harith play.
That's right. It's basically two sides of the coin, and you know, you just got to pick the better of the devil.
Gotta pick your poisons. Now, coming into the second ban phase, this is where it gets a little bit interesting because Todak knows that Evos Esports are running out of options for tanks, and they can really squeeze them for that fighter role.
Now, Kylos was one of those four tanks
essential
that was really vital for Evos Esports victory.
Yeah.
So, yep. Now, for us, we see that being axed away.
Hey guys,
Evos.
Granger.
I think
forgot about Granger.
They can't pick Granger for the side of Evos Esports, but they can deny it for Todak. And I think that wouldn't be too bad here, because if Carrie tries to come out, she gets completely outranged by Odir Bambi's Chang'e. And that means that Evos Esports could lock in the Franco for themselves. And they've got a great looking siege comp.
Franco. Yep, Franco will be pretty interesting to watch. But then again,
and
late
Kai
game
as well.
Franco. Kaya, yep. Somehow Kaya kind of got away in that sort of pick. Yep, Ranger's going to be locked away because, like Flower said, there's already those marksmen in the hands of Evos Esports.
It's
So,
almost as if I know exactly what's going to happen in this game.
did you just scripted this match?
No, man. I just like, because Granger, we've seen so much of Granger in the past few games, and it's again, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's still at the highest win rate, right after which was Tamos, which is now picked by side of Evos.
Wow, that's really, really bold here coming up for Evos. They're going to allow Todak to decide on what they want to do to kind of counterpick the Thamos here. They've got a number of options. They could decide to, you know, potentially put a safe lane with the Leomord, but it's going to be a tough call.
Well, does this mean that that sort of Chow will be a pure tank? I wouldn't really say a pure tank per se, but that's going to be a little bit of punch
for sure.
coming in.
Yeah.
But then again, you got the Badang coming back. Game
I like
3.
that.
So
I like that.
you hear those fans cheering out for this because this is a signature pick coming from Todak, which not many teams actually opt for. And now Chiku's going to come in with a plot as well. Okay, just jump all the way back, look for Kimi, look for a Chang'e, and maybe this might just be one of that sort of pocket pick that they need.
Now, this is honestly going to be a tough game, especially for Evos Esports as well as Todak, because whoever gets the lead is going to dictate the next 5 minutes of the game. Todak have some great engage options. They've got X-Ray, who is probably going to be playing Badang. They've got the Kufra, 2 ways to get in on the team. Evos don't have a way to disengage. They have good siege, however, how do you stop them? How do you disengage? And this is where I think Akai might just be a little bit better than Franco. Well, actually, a lot better than Franco.
But
in this
Akai could be
situation.
simply just pulled away by the Kaja. You know,
Pulled away, but the moment he pops his ultimate, he is still doing the job.
Yeah.
You're right.
Pretty much well corrected there. And as it stands here, we see some great grab from both sides. And I would say they both have a solid chance of that. Now, of course, for the guys who haven't got a ticket for M1, check this out.
Nails done. I like the girls with their nails done.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is match point, well, not really match point. Match number 3 between Todak and Evos Esports Singapore. And now, of course, they've already equalized 1 each. So whoever goes in with this win will possibly be one step closer to the title of being champions of Season 4.
Yep, and now, again, Evos Esports, very similar composition to what they played in Game 1, has a strong early game. They're going to do exactly what they did from the beginning.
Oh, yeah, and now back into its the bottom side here. We're seeing Evos Esports, of course, driving the way, but you have to be careful with their attempt here because Ace, of course, you want to go in for another sort of proxy or even stealing up a camp here, but Inas has already got that pretty well enough as Potato easily shred that up. 2 flickers on the side of Todak, and of course, a couple of all that sort of a purify coming in as well. Well, then again, a sprint will be definitely something that's useful for the side of Seoul to walk in and out and fight.
I think they've come to the realization it's like, hey, we could have a rival, or we could get locked down by the fist crack into fist break. So sprint is going to be really useful for that one particular situation where X-Ray is just like, hey, I'm gonna punch a guy.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna knock out a fool.
Well, maybe if you can run away from a fight, it's fast enough that you might not get those punches that run you. But here comes a little bit of that sort of trade-off coming in but they have to give more away to Evos Esports.
Yeah, Evos right now full control over the game so far. Todak kind of have to wait till level 4 before anything kind of occurs because again, they don't exactly have an early game composition. They can kind of poke here and there, but again, they need time to scale. They're not taking quite a bit of damage for the maximum impact. He's gonna try and deter them with the Titans. With the Titans Rage here, but they have to pull backwards 5 more seconds. This is interesting because everyone has rotated. Nobody really has a rival, so now they all have to play traditionally, but they rotate instead of going forward.
Speaking of playing traditionally, this is going to be a flicker being popped out for the top of the table. Where's he running? FBC, first blood for Todak. JPL falls to pick it as well. It will be JPL taken out for that double kill, and we talk about the loot thing having low percent of win rate. Prove them wrong.
That was really dirty. I mean, that honestly was mechanically perfect. He dashes in with the darkness, gets the first hit of the Chaos Assault to one tap. Oh no, another kill going over. Can they turn this around? Yes, they do. They get the retribution, and still nobody is taking away the turtle. What is going on?
Members of Evos were a little bit outside here, but they are coming in. Mirror Tower coming off as well. Red flag over on the zone of members of Evos Esports on the back, but it's going to be Evos dropping pretty low. There's still the turtle left intact. Todak will be able to get that kill, but Todak will get that turtle instead.
Yep, retribution coming in. Still a very useful battle spell for securing these neutral objectives, especially considering that they kind of need that. But again, Evos Esports going to play their composition to perfection. They know that they want objectives. The Brilliance is being popped very early on. Kimmy as well. Going in, and now trying to go for the engage just a little bit short there. They get the killing spree for the side of, oh dear, Bambi. The range was enough to chunk Moon out.
The moment I say it was close enough, yes, it's close, and he just closing this out upon Moon. Well, Moon running off with the meteor, striking them on top. Well, could that be any better way to end his life? But of course, first turret of the game being gone, and now Dennis dealing with a little bit of trouble here with the outside, but there's more coming in the jungle.
Blazing Duet coming in already from Chiku. He's trying to make something happen, but he doesn't have the items to really put in the hurt into Evos Esports, and they were trying to contest this buff with really, honestly, if they're going for a full-on engagement, they need more members and they need more items. This isn't the window to go in just yet. However, Todak's in a position where it's like, if we don't do anything, we're just going to lose the game anyway. Something needs to happen.
Yeah, something needs to happen, and look at Evos Esports. They're just 2 steps ahead right now. They're already trying to secure the top side wave, and X-Ray have to give this turn away. So absolute control coming from the side of Evos Esports, while Ace tries to jump up, and E1 alongside with Chiku. They're trying to pick up this kill, and Ace don't really have all too much around, but here comes Soul, bringing for a little bit back and
wait, no.
forth.
Backline's in trouble.
My goodness, Flicker coming out as well. JPL looking for that kill, but it's going to be Ninas going with Pattern Bridge as well. But instead, Soul and the front line looking for that kick. Evos members are coming to this virulent end of the once ago. He has snap of the finger to take down the Claude.
Oh my goodness, Chiku got a little too intense there. He goes in with the Battle Mirror image, pops the Blazing Duet. It looks good, and JPL is just like, you fell into my trap, young one. Now watch this replay one more time. You know, everything's going well. They're doing a lot of damage. Soul's chunked out. Chiku sees the green line. He goes straight in, gets hit by the way of the dragon. The moment he goes into the middle of the fight to do his thinkingly great Blazing Duet.
I would definitely say that was fantastic because he waited for that way of the dragon. Speaking of way of the dragon, over onto his potato, not enough to actually pick him off. But look at it stun though over on JPL. They will call it truce for the time being. But Todak here, pretty smooth moves all across the board. 3 to 4 in terms of kills, but the goal is swinging towards the favor of Evos.
Absolutely, and X-Ray, I'm not gonna lie, I think he was limit testing there to see how much damage he can do onto Potato, and Potato nearly got one shot in total. So if he gets a Demon Hunter sword, I think he might be able to instantly kill him.
Wow, like, yep, I will definitely agree to that. And look at that meter char being used, trying to actually force away the Kaya or even Kufra, and instead, that definitely easily secures that buff. X-Ray purchased that Demon Hunter sword, so now it's gonna cost a little bit more of that damage whenever he uses that freeze crack. Remember, it does apply on hit effects.
Yep. And the beauty of this siege composition from Evos Esports is that they don't have to really interact with Todak. Todak is forced to make the first move. JPL gets a good kick onto on here with your Bambi cruising through, peeling backwards, making sure that Meteor Shower is effective. On the other side, Soul trying to turn this around. The fist crack and the fist break has been used. They're going to trade 1 for 1 here. Lunox kills the Thamos, but Kimmy is able to take out the Kufra.
Exactly, and now where exactly are they going with this? They did get a couple of kills on each side, but they can't really seem to secure all too much out of it. No, they're sending the Badang over the top side here, all alone. Probably trying to go in for that sort of split foot, but look at Potato though, being chunked down to 60%. And look at that Meteor Shower upon members of Todak.
Turtle
That's gonna hurt
resurrecting
so much,
soon.
and the cooldown is pretty much disgusting.
Pretty much, yeah. It's really, really nasty. And Evos, despite that play trading 1 for 1, they still got the bot tier 1. So in my books, Evos is technically winning that play. And now they're going to take Turtle all because of just one fight.
Oh yeah, that figure of one fight, E1's getting caught out, but he does have immortality being popped. And look at all these
That's dirty.
Oh,
no,
my.
E1 actually makes it out. The immortality actually benefited him this time. But JPL, he doesn't care.
No.
He wants to pick him off. He gets locked in by that fine judgment. But again, they knew what they were doing. Evos is like, your sacrifice will not be wasted, JPL. We will take this tier 2 in your name.
Yeah, and I would say that's overcommitment coming from JPL. It's not exactly his fault because he was just one tick away from falling off. Toda managed to pull all the way back. They did lose Ninas though, but yet again, Evos once again finding more of that advantage as Toda tries to actually go in for that turn push as well, but he will choose to back away for the time being because there are still members of Evos over by the corners of the river.
And just look at how the siege comp is working out. They only have a 3k gold lead, but they're basically choking out Todak for a lot of these fights. Todak is in a position where they have to make a play. If not, Evos is going to take objectives every single time. And the problem is that Todak can't sit under their turret because of that Meteor Shower, because Kimmy does so much damage with the Mage Slayer to their objectives. She can stand right outside it and chunk them out.
Yeah, it's just shredding so much of all these health coming from the side of the Todak. And even if both the Kimmy as well as Chang'e reunite, trying to go in for those sort of objective plays, they can easily shred out things out. And here comes APL.
Oh, once again, they get the catch. And this is what Todak really didn't want to deal with because of that Chang'e. JPL keeps finding these great catches onto any target he can find because he knows that the follow-up is just right behind him.
That's right, and we're talking about so many of all these guys here. They don't really got themselves into that position to actually follow up, even though JPL gets that sort of kick as well. And I feel like members of Todak here, they're playing a little bit more passively than we saw in the first few fights.
Yeah, because there's really nothing much they can do. They're looking for an opportunity to fight Evos. It's just not letting them. They have vision. They're keeping control of the brushes. They're making sure they always are one step ahead. But however, Chiku, he just bought his golden staff. That's going to be a huge item buy here because now he does damage.
Oh yeah, he's going to hit like a truck, especially when he pops that blazing web. Now we're looking at Ace here, pulling a little bit of that wave. As we see, the Lord has been snatched by Evos Esports. Now, of course, in terms of kills, it's pretty much even up for the time being. But when that Lord comes in marching, you're going to see a lot of these turns fall as Ninas just bouncing all around. That's going to be that maximum charge being expended, but not hitting anyone at all. All Todak members are just waiting for something, waiting for an error coming from Evos.
Yeah, Evos, they just have to play a tightly knit game. Keep those window panes closed. Don't let a little bit of sunlight in because Todak is going to break it wide open and find that window for themselves.
Speaking of that window, that will be the window of opportunity over on the top side of the lane. So they have to give this one away to Evos Esports while of course, you still have Lord to care about over on mid side here. They might just go for a full commitment. Meteor Shower already being extended. And E1 goes in for the pull, looking for JPL, and they go in for a knock up there. Over the back, all by himself, but he is still well and alive in the front line as well. And now they break into the base. Evos Esports might just take this win as they grab and towards the compound. And it will be Todak here, now finding back, taking down the Lord as well. Evos get wiped up because there's going to be Acme almost taking it out.
Oh my goodness, I thought Todak absolutely whiffed that fight because of the initial engage from E1 flickering for it, and out of everybody, he picks off JPL, who is not the prime target at all. I thought Todak completely lost that fight, but Chiku, he had it in his head. He saw the play. 3 steps ahead of their opponents. He saves the Blazing Duet, saves his Battle Mirror image, shoots the front person, chunks out the tanks, and finally, when Chang'e has nothing left, he goes in with the Battle Mirror image and completely wipes the backline.
That's a great way to punish out Evos Esports indeed. And well-timed ultimate coming in from him, just managing to not only clear the way, but take their health all the way down. That was really amazing. I really gotta have another look at that.
Yeah, I mean, even with the replay, it's just so well done coming in from Todak here. And now Evo, they bought themselves some time. Evos, on the other hand, they're like, all right, fine, whatever. We kind of messed up there. We have to kind of respect that, the fact that, you know, Chiku does a lot of damage. Therefore, we can play this slow. We can choke them out some more. Maybe take Lord and rinse and repeat and do this one more time.
That's right. And now we're looking at the Lord coming out in 45 seconds or less. And now a little bit of win rate scores on the infographics, but it's going to be Evos trying to go for the flank as well. Got in between of that meteor shower. They're going for the chase as the Hurricane dance will be rendered ineffective. And Evos Esports still trying to set up the camp. It's going to be a little bit of that charge coming from the Kufra as well. Another shot coming in. And JPL is in danger.
Pull back. JPL dies. He actually goes down. The bottom side re-engages the fight. Both Ace and Soul are gonna die. The double ultimate wombo combo. Chang'e can't be a part of the fight. They are zoned off completely. Kimmy clears the top side of the map, but luckily they died at a time where their death timers doesn't affect Lord just yet. They will lose, and they will lose tier 2s. I don't think they will lose an inhibitor turret. However, Lord is the most important objective right now. They can sacrifice everything.
Here the crowd panning out for Todak, but Peter Jones doesn't believe that as and that's a sick double kill coming in the way. They did not suspect that ultimate to deal so much damage.
Oh, it's a chat war. It's a chat war here at KL Live. Todak versus Evos Esports. Oh my goodness, everybody is getting into this.
Oh yeah, and this slugfest will not end just yet. Because remember, we're about to see at least 4 games coming out of these guys. Now, Immortality finally in the hands of Minas, so he has a little bit of security when he thought in for that Tyrant Rage. So now, with that Lord coming up, can Evos secure this one? If they do, then it might just be the end game. No preference to averages, of course, but look at Todak here. They're trying to clear the way just in case of anything happening at all, and they're playing very well disciplined, but I can't say the same for Ice Rain.
Oh no, wait, Chiku's in the top side of the map. Oh no, they get the first initial catch here. Evos, they need to make this work. Sol, he's going to the top side trying to defend that initial inhibitor. He has to recall, and he does. He's going to try and make it happen. They're going to try and look for an opportunity to catch Chiku out, but Chiku is really difficult to haul down. They don't have the damage for the side of Todak to take away the Lord. And Evos return back. They say, hey, what are you doing here, buddies? Walk away. We're going to take this for ourselves. JPL flickers out of there. Meteor shower already coming through. Chiku with a huge Battle Mirror image coming in with the bottom side, but Ace locking him down with Food. Food is dead. He can't do anything else. They're forced to pull back. The Brilliance is not enough. He's chunked down. Oh dear, Batman, kill him one round. It's a 3-for-1 trade.
That is a perfect setup here. Evos Esports, though they did lose Soul, they got more in their hands, and now there is a free Lord coming in, but there's still the Kaya marching right through. Can Elon sets up the miracle attempt, and the Lord will fall in the hands of Evos Esports. Look, it's not over yet. Look at the top side. Here's Chiku trying to go in for the push as well, but this is way too risky. He does not have all too much mirror image being used, but look at Chao still on the top.
Yeah, they're playing it really, really slow. They have to make sure they don't lose anymore because the inhibitor time was lost because they didn't notice that the initial Chiku ran up to the top side when they were trying to bait out a Lord fight. They sacrificed the member, so what? Whatever. We lost an inhibitor because of it. Now this Lord fight is going to be so important for Evos Esports.
Oh yeah, now look at E1 now. He does have immortality, but JPL is looking for a catch. He's hoarding the Lord coming in. It's going to be swinging their axes here, and look at the mix going in, and over back. Take it with the yes, mega kill, and then
Initiate retreat.
coming in. Oh my goodness, where did he came from? And JPL just have to back away. They are all bruised and battered, and Todak fans are running wild.
Oh my goodness, Todak found the nastiest flank angle that Evos has ever seen. Soul, he has to cut the wave. He knows that he's going to die, but he is willing to sacrifice his life so that Evos has a chance in this game. He's still alive. He's walking right in between the turrets. He's buying a lot of time. He's trying to get on out of there, but X-Ray won't let him go.
Oh my goodness me. That was a magnificent play nevertheless, but now they don't really have the waves to do anything at all. So that bought enough time for Evos, and that Hammers itself to come back up alive without really risking all too much.
Yeah, a great bait coming in from Todak. They had a great answers for when Lord was walking into the enemy base. Look at that flank from the top-hand side. Both Chiku as well as X-Ray, they timed it perfectly. They both came in, and they didn't see this coming. Evos get punished. Initial catch onto the Akai here. Can they try to make this work? The fist gag hits the fist break. The backline is in trouble. Chiku is going absolutely insane. JPL will die for his sins, but no, dear Bambi is still alive. He could potentially turn this around. The rest of the team is trying to make this work. The meteor shower shot. He picks up AON1 already. The resurrection comes right through for the immortality, but it's not going to be enough as they go back in. That tries to go and make things work. The Kufra does get the initial hit, but it's not going to be enough as Evos Esports pulls back.
My goodness me. That meteor shower was monumental to keep that mid lane tower. And of course, keep everyone else from Todak at bay. They have to fall back a little bit more because they don't have any sort of minions to work with. Now, we're looking at 17 minutes of the game. We might just see another 20-minute match, my friend.
I'm pretty sure this is going to 20 minutes because Todak don't feel like losing anytime soon, and Evos is hungry for another win.
Well, looking at the top side here, Chiku, of course, all too well farmed. At this point of the game, I don't even think the farm really matters. Maybe for the Kaya, maybe for the Kufra to finish out that final item, but who really cares? Look at that, wings are being purchased by Bambi. And how are they supposed to get close to this Changi? The only guy that dares to do so far is Chiku.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I would have thought that Odir Bambi was going to buy something like a Winter Trencher to protect himself. And not goes for a big engagement. The rest of the cut is back into fist break. JPL quickly dashes out of that Chiku. A little later, ultimate. They get the initial kick. Chiku might go down near the battle minute. Is still back up. He quickly gets back out. And a killing spree coming out from the Lunox.
Holy smokes, that was pretty much sweet. And that one pickup here might just be the key difference because they don't have an initiative coming from the side of Evos here. And Todak wants to go all in on this one, but Nenas is being pulled back because of the Meter Shava as well. So they respected what Evos still have in the pack. And what they need to do is find a way to take out Bambi before anything else. Now, the Lord is coming out. What are they supposed to do? There's no JPL, so if they commit to this, it's going to be a 5 versus 4 fight, and there's not much that Evos can even get out of this.
Yeah, and the thing is, Chiku is really sitting right on top of it. He can take it super quick as well. Evos Esports, all they can really do here is to kind of chunk them out as much as they can.
Oh my goodness here. One last shot, and it will be in the taking for Todak here. Going able to flicker in one of the places with onto Soul, but Soul still has the immortality, so they can find back for now. Healing back, but they will drop it out because he is a god case. Well, Bambi now getting shot out. Different out that split, and a blunder, and Todak here will punish them for that. The Malaysians are crashing in towards the mid lane here to secure the game, but now 2 members left for Evos Esports SG.
Can you hear that crowd? They're literally vibrating the floor right now with their chance for Todak to end this game. And Evos Esports right now pulling backwards. This is going to be the final fight as Ace is already chucked out. JPL gets a 4-man Jukundo, but again, Chiku is just too big. The scaling is too much, and they can't handle the heat as Todak have dragged this game enough to scale and end the game. Congratulations, Todak takes game 3.
Wow. Look at how the crowd responded to that final battle. They know that if they win that fight, if they took that Lord, this game will be sealed. And Evos members, they were all sweating, they're all drenched out. This is the same situation that they were put back in Season 2, back in Season 3, and now we're looking at the Malaysians here. Todak on the match point. One more victory to send them into the title of being the grand champions of MPL Esports.
So, am I right about them having a response to the Chang'e?